Hey guys, what's up? It's Carson, and today we're gonna play M.A.S.H. I saw Lindsay Puckett play M.A.S.H. recently with what she hoped her author life would turn out to be like, and I thought, wow, that's such a great idea. And then I also remembered that I don't have any ideas for what I want my author life to be like, so I felt like maybe that wasn't the best M.A.S.H. situation for me. So instead, we are gonna do M.A.S.H. to figure out a new character in one of my college romance books. If you don't know what M.A.S.H. is, M.A.S.H. is a game where you basically have a whole bunch of different categories. You put options in each category, and then based on a random number, so some people say pick a number, some people draw a spiral, and then you count the number of rings. But based on a random number, you go through, and once you hit that number, you get rid of that name or thing. So you go through until each category only has one, and then you circle it, and then you skip that category as you keep going through until every category only has one. And the title of the game, M.A.S.H., stands for Mansion, Apartment, Shack, or House. So we are going to be playing M.A.S.H. with a new character for one of my college romance books. If you don't know anything about my college romance series, I've only written the first one so far. I wrote it for April NaNoWriMo, but if you've ever read college romance, you know that the characters are kind of always leading into the next one. So Hugh is one of the characters in that college romance. He is a grad student. He's working at the university trying to finish his degree, and he is going to be one of the leads for one of my college romance books. So I have kind of decided what Hugh's partner is going to look like. Here is a picture right here. I found it on Pinterest. Always love Pinterest. I will link my Pinterest board for my college romance books down below if you have any curiosity, want to go look at them. But this is what she looks like, and we are going to be figuring out a little bit more about her today. I have my paper without anything filled out right now, and I just want to tell you the categories before I go ahead and put some options in there. So keep in mind that we are on a college campus for this book. A lot of these are relating to college. So we have transportation. Does she ride the bus? Does she walk? Does she have a car? Does she take a bike? Transportation. Her major, what dorm room she lives in. So does she live on campus in a single? Does she live in a suite? Does she live off campus? Those sort of options. Her family, I figured for this one I can give options like a single parent, or she's an only child, or the youngest child, things like that. We have our home location, so these are all set at UConn, or the University of Connecticut is obviously in Connecticut, but where is she from? A main strength, a main weakness, something that she does when she's nervous, so a nervous tic, her biggest fear, the largest trauma in her life to date, something she loves, and something she hates. So I'm gonna go fill in some options for these things, and I will be back to pick. Okay. So we have it all filled out. I will put an image of it on the screen so that you can look at it a little bit longer, pause it if you want to see it. I will explain some of the options as we go along, and yeah. So now I'm going to take a pen and a sticky note and close my eyes, draw a spiral, and then draw a line on the paper, and however many times the spiral crosses the line is how many spaces I will count. I already explained the rules, so you guys get it. Ready? Let's go. Here she is. She's a beaut. And we cross it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first thing we crossed off is that her major is not going to be undeclared. Let's keep going. She is not going to be raised by a sibling. Her strength is not going to be kindness. Her nervous habit is not going to be pulling on her ears. She does not love board games. She is not going to be living in an apartment. So I'm going to keep doing this and speed it up a little bit, and then I will talk to you every time we have a definitive answer in one of the categories. Her major is geography. I put it on here on a whim. I took a geography class in college, so I guess this character is into geography. Her nervous habit is going to be that she taps her pen on things. Her largest trauma to date is that she lost one of her parents. She's going to live in a classic dorm room. Her biggest weakness is that she's envious of others. She's gonna ride a bike around campus. She's going to be from a local town, whether that means Connecticut actually or up by Mansfield, where the UConn campus is. She lives in a mansion, which I might edit that to just mean like a wealthy home. Maybe not exactly a mansion. Her biggest fear is not belonging, and yet she hates social gatherings. And her biggest strength is perceptiveness. So if you didn't catch those all as we were going, she lives in a mansion, she rides a bike around campus where she majors in geography and lives in a classic dorm, meaning she lives with one other person in a dorm. She comes from an only child family around the Connecticut area, and she is very perceptive of those around her. However, she tends to get envious of her peers. She taps her pen when she's nervous, and her biggest fear is not belonging, but she hates large social gatherings. Her biggest trauma to date is that she lost one of her parents, and she loves reading. I should have put options for names on here. I didn't even think about that because this character does not have a name, but at least now she has a little bit more of a personality, and I'm actually really excited to dig into this. I will go into what I'm just seeing from these options right now. She lives in a mansion and an only child, and she lost one of her parents, which means she also has a single parent. Maybe she's home a lot by herself. Maybe she feels lost in that home, and that leads to her desire to belong with her peers, to feel like she belongs somewhere. However, because she spends a lot of time alone, maybe she's not used to social gatherings. She doesn't like being around big crowds. She spends a lot of time at home alone. Could be why she loves reading, or maybe it's something that her parent instilled in her. She chooses geography at UConn, which means that she will get to look at the local geography. She'll be studying trees and things like that. Rock formations and dirt. So maybe she feels a lot of loyalty to her home. That's why she went to college so close, because she is local. Maybe she's envious of others because she always feels like there's something lacking in her family, whether that is her missing parent or just the relationship that she wishes she had with her parent that's left. She's an only child, so she has no siblings to have that relationship, and because she doesn't feel like she belongs and doesn't like to go to big social gatherings, maybe she doesn't have a large friend group, so she tends to covet what other people have, the relationships specifically that they have, because she has a lot of things. She lives in a big house, she has a mansion, but she doesn't have the love and the affection that she always wanted. She's very perceptive, which I think when you live in a single parent home, whether that's from divorce or from one of your parents passing away, I think you tend to be more perceptive just because you are spending so much time with one person, and one person is your primary caregiver, that you begin to read them really well, and that skill that you pick up as a child generally translates into being very perceptive as a young adult. I can only speak to being a young adult because I am a young adult, so I can't say if that carries on throughout the rest of your life. She rides a bike. Maybe that's another way to distance herself a little bit from those around her on campus. She wants to be a part of it, wants to go out on campus, but she doesn't want to be walking around with them or taking the bus with them. She is subconsciously separating herself from them because while she fears not belonging, she feels like she doesn't belong, so it's kind of a catch-22 there. This was really fun to do, and I hope you guys liked it too. Let me know if you do this to figure out one of your characters. I already feel like I have tons of ideas for her, and I'll be honest, halfway through this, as I started circling them, I was like, maybe I'm just gonna do this for the video and not actually use it, but now I feel like, yeah, this is her. She's coming into her own, and I'm excited to learn more about her and write more about her and eventually write her story. I think she's actually going to be a really nice partner to Hugh, who is more laid back and easygoing, but he's also kind of that loner, like not a loner, but not super social. So she might be a really nice compliment for him, and I love Hugh, so I want him to have somebody really good. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, you guys. Like I said, let me know in the comments if you choose to do this, or if you have a category idea that I didn't include. Let me know so I can include that if I do this again. Would you want to see this again? Let me know that down below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw and want to see more writing or reading content from me, please subscribe down below. I would love to have you guys here. I have an important announcement that is coming up, and I also have a video based on a very popular social media app. So you guys will see both of those within the next week, and I hope you really enjoy. And I will see you guys then. Bye!